In our top story tonight, a new Rochester Public Schools policy could allow any student to use a restroom opposite of the sex assigned to them at birth. Tonight, the Rochester School Board looked over newly proposed policy changes for transgender and gender fluid students. Other changes include allowing students to play on sports teams their gender identity aligns with. This proposal would only allow parents, guardians, and school staff to know a student's sex at birth and gender identity. KIMT News 3's Brandon Cote is joining us live now from the Edison building after a study session discussing the proposal took place earlier tonight. So, Brandon, was there any pushback from school board members about this policy?
Cami, a few questions were definitely raised tonight about if all this effort is worth it to protect these students with all this time and energy. Now, the school board members met right inside there and went over every section of this proposal to ensure all the board members will be ready to vote on it next month.
We are living through a time of profound change in society's understanding of gender identity.
This 8-page proposal would bolster protection for LGBTQ+ students in the school district, but one school board member questions its fairness to other students.
There's the same level of care, compassion, and thoroughness in existence for the other 17,900+ students.
Superintendent Dr. KIMT says a small group of students are being affected.
This is a relatively small number of students who are would be the direct focus of this policy.
Pickell goes on to say staff tells him they are in need of clarity on how to handle situations with transgender students.
It was very clear feedback from staff, not just administrators, but also teachers, that they needed clarity in how to respond to that relatively small number of instances.
Board member Barton says he wants to protect all students, but is concerned with how much extra time and energy transgender students would receive compared to other students.
I'm somewhat just thrown by the fact that this high level of effort is being expended, which will result in significant accommodations.
He says these kind of accommodations should serve all students, especially those in marginalized communities.
Let's not only allow it to exist for transgender, gender expansive students, but let's expand it and make it our practice for all students.
Now, Cami, if the school board does approve this approval, the school district will begin developing a procedure for all teachers to fall in the school district starting in the next school year. Live in Rochester, Brandon Cote, KIMT News 3.
All right, Brandon, thank you so much. A lot of information there. We do know the school board will vote to approve the draft or not at the meeting on July 16th.